What if you could help others to find the power to heal themselves? Physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
When I started teaching my classes, it was in 2002, and I was just doing the past life regressions and contacting the subconscious part. But then as the time went on and we found how powerful this was and what we could do with it, a lot of the students began saying, you know, advanced past life regression doesn't really tell what it's all about. This is so much more than that. We think you should change the name. So it was a few years ago we decided to change the name to Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. And this is the healing technique that we've now been teaching it, well, since 2002, that's 12 years.
What if you could time travel with them? Visit mythical places or angelic realms, other worlds, other galaxies. Help others to speak to their higher selves. You can. Dolores has taught thousands of people from across the world how to use QHHT, and now you can learn her method by going directly to dolorescannon.com. And don't forget to mention the discount code MORETALKS. Have you ever wondered, can you communicate directly with spirit guides, teachers, or non-physical consciousness, or even our higher selves? What would they tell us? My name is Kevin Moore, and since 2015, I started to practice a form of communication which is termed channeling. I have been interviewing experts on my talk show to find out, does life continue after we die? And can we communicate with those that have crossed over? With each expert I spoke to, they all had different ideas. Is there knowledge from the past which could be shared with the present moment? So I thought, why not just speak to the non-physical world directly through channelers around the world? And that's what I set out to do. They Call Us Channelers will take the viewers on a journey into the phenomena known as channeling. And my main goal with this docuseries is to bring a new understanding and awareness to channeling by looking within ourselves and asking, is it truly possible that we can all use this innate ability? Haggy, it is great to have you back on. Thank you for joining us again.
Hi, Kevin. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really excited to be here today and to meet with you and our audience, of course.
Yes, because it wasn't too long ago that we had you on, and we'll link the previous interview that you did with us in the notes below. To people, just go to show more, and the previous interview will be there, and links to some of the groups that we're going to discuss on today's show as well. But we may make this a bit more of a regular thing as well, which I'm very open to. It's interesting that just what people are doing right now, you know, since they've come on as well. And there's a few other guests that I'm getting back soon. And for those who may have not seen our interview together, if you just give us a sort of, you know, quick background of just what you do and what you offer as well.
Sure. Thank you so much, of course. So my name is Chagai Katz. I know it's impossible to read it in English correctly because the Hebrew is different. Anyway, I was born in 1977. I married, I have 4 kids, and I live in Eilat. This is the south city in Israel. And since my early childhood, I felt myself really close to something that is not really there. And over all the years, I felt myself a little bit different. So to make the long story short, the long story, sorry, okay, to make the long story long. Oops, I don't know what happened to me today. Anyway, so to make the long story short, I really felt always that I really have to do something different in my life. And in 2001, I end up meeting a very important guy in Israel that he was doing E.T. healing for people, and it was quite abnormal in that year. It was 2001 in Israel. The consciousness was not so great, but I was really drawing to meet the guy and to speak to him. So I came and I spoke to the guy, and I had really special experience. You probably can see it in my previous interview, but from that day I started to be open to clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and I started to speak with the beloved E.T'S, and they really want to start to collaborate with me. So I was, of course, very excited, and I felt honored, and I really started my journey on the day. And I worked since then up till today, and I do E.T. healing. I'm helping people really to become better version of themselves in a sense of health, life equality, consciousness, awareness, everything in one package, of course. And it's a process, of course. It's not just a miracle. It's something that the beloved E.T.s that are working with me, they are from Sirius B and from other planets, and they are communicate with me with telepathically communication. So I don't physically see them, but I can channel with them. And it's very, very clear, and it feels like really good friendship, good relationship that I have with them. And I also doing some other stuff that I want to really speak with you guys today, and to share my information with you, Kevin, and our audience. So yeah, this is why I'm here, and yeah, thank you for having me.
No, thank you as well for coming back on. So there is a name, obviously, for what you channel as well. What is the main name of the group that you channel?
I'm channel with. Actually, it's let's say it's a group that come from Sirius B. They don't have really specific name, but I have let's say the leader, let's say the E.T. guide, the one that I'm speaking with, the contact guy. His name is Doron. It's also a very typical Israeli name. And he is the one that I mainly communicate via him or with him directly to the E.T. healers that works with me. Yeah.
Someone said to me just recently, and it was an interesting way of putting it as well, that the name, obviously it's just a name, right? And, we need names sometimes. But the name could be looked at as though it's just an email address to be able to contact that being, in a sense as well, or an aspect of that being. I found that kind of analogy really, simple, but, it actually very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. And if I try to break down the word and translate it to English, Dor is a present, and Ron, it's a joy, it's happiness. So it's actually a present of joy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually got a meaning. Yeah, right. Which is interesting, breaking it down like that it's actually got some energy behind it, even the name has. That's fascinating. And I think what's really, what I find fascinating about yourself, there's a number of things, but how you've, built yourself up in Israel as a channeler, and, that continues to be built up, and that this is something that's helping people, in Israel as well. And I'm sure there's, other channelers in Israel, but just that's even taking place, that's incredible.
Yes, yes, and there is more and more ET healers around the world nowadays. Adrian de Veer, unfortunately, he passed away in 2004, but he did a wonderful job. Also by publishing his first book, was in United States as well. Um, that inspire a lot of people that in the field of spirituality, of in healing, in channeling, and then more people also starting to become ET healers, and they're starting to make contact with the ETs. Actually, the ETs make the contact with them, so they can do that as well. Yeah, and and of course, it's possible to get ET healing when you do that on a distance. So that makes it very easily, especially nowadays with the wonderful technology that we have. So we can communicate and like we now speaking and do the healing remotely very easily.
Yeah, because some people, I guess, would want a private reading that may be just about, I guess guidance and whatever it is that they, wish to ask. And I suppose that maybe the response that comes from that sometimes is different to what they feel they're going to get, in the sense that maybe it's, as you say, the readings are there to make you, the best version, but also maybe not so much tell you what to do, but it's more of I want to say teaching information, but it's different, isn't it? It's a little bit different to a psychic reading in a sense.
Yeah. You're definitely right, because we want to speak. We want to train people to really recognize their power in themselves, because there is so many years that people being suppressed, and they don't believe of the power they have in themselves and the qualities they have in themselves. So they really recognize themselves as a body, as a name, as all these labels that we have. So what we are doing, we are actually, we don't tell the people what to do, but we show them their potential. And at the same time, we can not just talk to the persons verbally or also subconsciously, because we can also speak to the people directly to the subconscious. So there is a word I'm speaking now, but there is also a frequency that helps the people to process the information, as well as extra information that cannot be processed on, let's say, on the frontal lobe. So they can channel directly on the subconscious level. So in that way, we can help people. And in the same time, we can also work energetically. So if you have, for example, an emotional experience that causes you, let's say, for example, blockage in your third energy center, in your solar plexus, so we will speak to you about your experience, about your, let's say, I don't know, let's say trauma or whatever emotional experience you had. But at the same time, we're going to also be a clean lady for you. We're going to cleanse the energy within this energy center. So it's going to be in all directions. So energetical, mental, spiritual, subconscious, consciousness, all together.
Yes, and this is not just for one-on-ones as well. You obviously offer this for groups, which is very interesting.
Yes. I made a kind of let's say a program that I'm always changing a little bit the versions, but I call it group healings. And this is similar to when you go to, for example, for a healer or for a medium, for a channeler. So you want to get the information, but there is also something very special in groups, because when you work with group, you have different field, because, for example, it's your field, it's my field, and there is like more people in the circle. Nowadays, that could be done on Zoom. But when we work in a group, there is possibility to do healing for multiple persons. And I just want to a little bit speak about the version, how I became to this idea, because previously I did many lectures. So I really wanted to bring out the information about, hey, there's E.T'S here, they are beloved, they want to support you, they want to do something for you. So I gave my lectures, and my lectures had two parts. The first part was the information. So I get acquainted with the E.T'S and how I become E.T. healer, and then I speak about the species and how the healing occur and everything that I was speaking in the previous episode. And then after I finish with talking, then we go to an action. So, and then I give the people the opportunity to get healing. So it doesn't matter if there is 10 people in the audience or if there is 400 people in the audience. Everybody have an option to receive E.T. healing, only if her or him agree internally. So I told the people, okay, now if you want, for the coming moments, I will ask the E.T'S to do healing for you. And there is plenty of E.T. healing groups for you now in the audience, and they will just jump they will do healing for you, even if it's something going to be quick or it's going to be, let's say, kind of an example, an experience. And I got many responses. So people want to share with me about what they felt, and they really felt things, and there was improvement physically, mentally. People started to sow things, let's say on more on the spiritual aspect. A lot of those experience. So, and of course, when you do lectures, it's impossible to contact all the people, because if there is 100 or 200 people, you cannot speak to everyone. So I wanted to do a more personal, because I'm a very personal person. I really want to speak to people and not to get like 100 people in the audience, and because it's not about me, it's about the people, and I want to be with the contact with people. So I started to make groups between 10 to 25 people, something like that. And then we get down to topics. So, for example, if we have now kind of actual things that happens on Earth, with the epidemic or with, all kinds of crisis, and you get hurricane there, and you get all kinds of weather things, and, all those topics that people are curious about today. Trump and so, and then we bring up the topics that are in interest of people, bad, and then I started to and I went to in channeling mode. So I started to channel Doron, for example, and he will directly answer people. So people can ask questions, and then live channeling, you get an answer from Doron. So that was the first part, and the other section was the healing. So, and after the people get some information, they can also receive healing from the team. So again, like I did with the lectures, I gave healing to all the people that are joining the group, and I really doing my best, of course, to answer questions and to give some information for the people about what is happening in the healing. And if people have special experience, they can share it with the audience. They don't necessarily have to, show or to expose, privacy, things that are happening with their health or with their life. But when they are present in the field, it's already enough to create a wonderful healing change.
So for people to find out more about the healing sessions that you're going to be doing, as this is a sort of new service to yourself, first of all, let's have your website, but you've also got a Telegram group and a WhatsApp group as well.
Yes, it's a Telegram channel, so it's more for receiving information. I'm not sending too much information, no worries. So just about really actual things that are happening, with minimum information and maximum quality. And the same goes to WhatsApp group, because not all the people have a Telegram, and also, yeah. So this is both possible. It's in English, so it's for everyone that speaks English. Yeah, so people can join. I think the link will be somewhere here in the description.
Yes, it's actually coming up on the screen right now. And again, these links are in the show more notes below, and on the They Call Us channelers, you can go to that website.com, and on your profile there will be the links as well. And I also believe that you're going to be doing some courses, maybe not too long, where people can find out more information about the courses as you start to update those courses. They will be available on the same groups as well, and your website.
Yes, sure. This is also something very nice, because what I'm doing, this is my life. This is why I'm waking up in the morning. Of course, I have my family and the more beautiful stuff in my life, but I know I cannot do that by myself. There is so many people in the world, and of course there is a lot of methods, but I know there is so many people who wants to become E.T. healers. And in the beginning, it was a kind of an approach, let's say history, like let's say 20 years ago, that you cannot study it in a course. It's a gift, and you have to random happening to you. But I get so many people asking me, hey, why I cannot be, maybe not like you, but I want to also become E.T. healer. So it's possible to learn it. So I said to people, okay, now it's possible. And I started to get some information about how I can train people, to become channelers and to make communication with the team. And of course, it's based on the team will. So the team have to feel and to attract the person they want to work with, because you need to have some kind of skills or some kind of qualities inside yourself, that you want to become E.T. healer. But in the same time, I really believe if you are attracting to something, it's also attracting to you. So it's not a coincidence that people asking me if they can become E.T. healers. So, and then I started to do one-on-one training, and then it become to more like a course, with a structure. And then, I'm not really a structure guy, but I really try to do, to make it like a good curriculum, syllabus, and with topics, how you learn it. And I discovered a wonderful thing. If you really, really feel that it's burning inside you, you really want it, and it's not only about if you're looking for, there are so many people looking for UFOs, and so many people wants to become healers, so many people wants to become practitioners, but it's have to become everything together. So it's something you need to be attracted to. And not about just looking on 3D UFOs. It's really about really having the will and the deeper longing to help humanity. And this is something is also I'm saying that I really understand it nowadays, that the teams, the beloved extraterrestrials from the Pleiadian, from Arcturians, from Sirius, from other planets, they have, let's say, family here, because according to so many other researchers, they say, well, everybody is E.T.s on Earth. It's just about, the aliens, the one that doesn't want to merge in our society. But if you have the feeling, then I got the message, it's possible. Of course, you need to work, and you need to work sometimes very hard, because, it's not something that you do, like this. You have to really invest in that. So we built up a very nice program that within 18 training sessions, you can become E.T. healers. You can become E.T. healer. And now we do that in groups, because I realize when we work with groups, it's about helping each other, and it's about creating a community. Because let's be honest, there are not so many people are really open about ET healing and ETs and helping humanity, and so we're also we are building a community. And yeah, a few years ago, I started also this project in the Netherlands. And I also teach other people to become ET healers, and some of them also open also centers to train ET healers. And it's spreading, but it's just I'm really honored to have this ability to to help people. So I just want to speak a little bit about our program, and of course, I will you provide proper information about it. But in the program, we do that now on Zoom because people are from all over the world, and even in Israel, there is like 600 kilometers, so you cannot bring people from in one place. It's not always easy. And it's quite rare, so not so many people willing to do it. Anyway, but I really can assure you that it works perfectly, because I know some people are concerned, if I don't see you physically, if we meet on Zoom, if it's possible. But I really have like almost 50 people that I trained the last year, and I can tell, well, it's possible. So yeah, we do it on Zoom. It's take 2.5 hours per session, per meeting. And in the meeting, we come together, and there is always a topic. We are also learning first to recognize ourselves as a multi-dimension beings and connect to our multi-dimension existence as ETs. And then we are also learning to communicate with those parts of ourselves, and to communicate and getting acquainted with our ET guide, and then moving to other channeling abilities and skills and clairvoyant abilities. And we are opening every session, every meeting. We have this initiation that is kind of meditation, but it's really like kind of therapy. It's kind of work that we're doing for people to open those channels for them. And then of course they have to do that themselves. So it's not that we can do everything. So we open this channel, and then you have to run, you have to exercise. And people can need to do some exchange with all kinds of trainings, all kinds of skills. And we also have in the training group one of my teachers that works with me, and she's doing she or he doing personal training for really kind of private lessons, but it's also kind of therapy. It's also kind of a healing process that we do with the students, because of course I give all the information during the meeting, but some people have a little bit some difficulties, or some people need more attention. And because for me it's all about being accurate, being specific, because I don't want to do it general. I really want to make to give each and every one of my students the best attention, because it's life. So when you treat someone, so in that way it works very good, and people need to do some exchange, and it works very good. And after that, people will get certificates. So I will just sign. I will just give my let's say my signature on, I trust you that you can become ET healer. And I cannot give any license, because it's not about that, but I can promise that I will give all the information I have in my knowledge. Every information I will get from the ETs. I'm not hiding everything. All the lessons will be recorded and will be sent as files. So it's not something temporarily. People will get it. They will have it. So it's theirs, no problem. And in the same time, during the initiation that we do, we also recording them in a very high quality of sound. And after that, I will send the meditation with my personal guided for the people, so they will get it. It's theirs. No subscription needed. Just get it, enjoy it. Yeah.
Interesting. So in the
Stuff
healing
like that.
groups as well, are people able to ask you questions after the healing's taken place? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So when we do a healing session, so let's say it will take half an hour that's specifically for the healing, and then people will feel stuff, and people are going to experience all kinds of frequencies. Probably, I think some of our audience that watching this show now will already going to sense all kinds of vibrations. So enjoy it. Tingling sensation, warm sensations. It's all part of the show, but it's real. Yeah.
Yes. So for courses, for the group meditation, well, the group healing session, sorry, which includes meditation, then if they just go to your website, and again, we'll put the Telegram and WhatsApp on the screen as well, but your website one last time is?
www.Chagaikatz.com.
Just one question as well, Hagi. In the healing sessions, obviously people are going to come there for all sorts of reasons, right? All sorts of healing that they may need, right? Do you channel in that session?
Yeah, of course. So let's say you have the healing groups. So let's say it goes like this. Of course, we are welcome everyone, and everybody comes together, and then there is always a topic that I feel I need to speak about. It could be something that is relevant. It is really happening now, like the lectures, Trump and stuff, and stuff that happens.
Vaccines, whatever it is. Yeah.
So I might going to speak about it, but I also can speak about, how we treat ourselves. For example, there is a topic I'm talking about it many times. We used to give, and we think we must first give to other people, and we are putting ourselves in the last place. Especially when you have 4 children, you have a wife, and you have work, and you have people, So, and I will say, put yourself on a spot and put yourself first. And it's not about being egoistic. It's about giving yourself so you can give others. And and so those kind of topics, and then I let people speak about it, and we get some alert discussion about it, and then I will go into to a channeling. So I will channel Doron now, and Doron will send out a message, and after he's going to bring his message to the people, then he will give the people an opportunity to ask questions. So, and people can ask questions about personal issues, but also on the topic. And this is more what is happening, because we are bringing information and people are curious and they want to develop it more. So they will ask questions. And then the answers will be given. And one of the wonderful things I experience that many times I have people say, "Wow, this is really the question I wanted to ask, and you ask it, so I don't have something to ask." And then there is some kind of in the field questions. So, and I will say, I feel sometimes the E.T'S want us to ask those questions, so we can. But it's quite funny many times, and nice.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. No, thank you so much for that. And then, go ahead.
And then the last part, sorry, and the last part is the meditation that I'm doing, and I also want to speak about it now. I really discovered that and of course you can speak to people, and you can do healing, and you can work with energies and the team. But you have to be suggestible. You have to be in a state that you can receive the information, and the healing within you is about frequencies. So, and of course, we are a busy society, and we have all kinds of to-do tasks, and all kinds of things we have to do. So it's really hard time for people to concentrate. So when I'm going to tell you to go into meditation, you're probably going to think about what you're going to do next. And it's okay. You don't have to. It's impossible to just remove it totally. But well, what I found, of course, it's a music, and more specifically, music that comes from the heart. So I started to play all kinds of musics in the background, from YouTube, from other sources of music. And then I found a very, very nice a guy. Now he lives in Iceland, Israeli in the source. His name is Tom Allon. And we started to speak together, and he said to me, you know what, Chagai, I really feel that you need your own music. You cannot just play some other people music, doesn't matter, of course, copyright. And it's not about that. It's about the right frequency. So then I told him, well, just tell me what you want to do, and I will just produce something for you. So yeah, we started this journey 2 years ago, and now there is so many beautiful music in the background that helps me to bring the meditation together, based on 431 hertz, of course. Yeah.
Well, we're going to do a quick demonstration of the meditation as well, which I wanted to include in this. And just what that energy feels like to be in as well. So, yes, just keep up to date if they, with your website and other social media sites, and they'll be able to find out when the group sessions are starting. And you're looking to start these pretty soon.
Yes, during the summertime, it's also a good time for retreat yourself and for everything you're doing. So when you have available time, yeah, you can join those groups. And of course, it's possible, and I know because sometimes with the time differences, I live in Israel, you are from the States, some of the people from the Far East or from Europe. So it's also possible to just purchase the recording and just join the group in your free time. So it's not really necessary to be there. But when you, for example, when you sign up for a group and okay, and I go to sleep now, they're going to start and I'm going to watch it later on. So your consciousness is already there, because we are multidimensional beings and there is no time, no space really. But if our consciousness is focused on, this event, so, okay, I cannot be there on time, but I will listen to it later. So you're going to experience it even better when you're going to listen to the recording.
Very interesting. Yes. Thank you for just mentioning that as well. That's a great point. Okay, and then again, they would get the downloads from your site for that.
Yes. I will put some samples so people can also listen to the music. We're going also to have. I'm just working now on my website to even make it better. So there will be a web shop so people can download those meditations. Anyway, but I think if I can tell you to describe me mango taste, the best way to describe mango taste is just to taste it. So I will give you a taste. The music, just a few words about the music going to play in the background. During my guided meditation. It's called womb. This is, the organs when we all are created from in our first 9 months. And it's all about healing in the womb. And of course, some of us, males, like myself and you, Kevin, but all of us were created in womb. So there is no other methods in this earth, I believe. And it's all about compassion. It's all about healing. It's all about accepting who you are, the way you are, natural, and heal from everything that you had in your past life or before you go into this life. So I want you to focus yourself in this state. And of course, I will guide you in this process. I'm just going to start. Highly recommended if you can pause and just put headphones and relax. You can lay down or sit down comfortable. Adjust the volume level. Of course, you can do that during the meditation. Okay, just going to start. A few moments. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. Breathe slowly towards your heart. Put your hand on your heart and just breathe easily. Zero efforts, just with intention to make the connection to the source of creation within your heart. In the next step, move your attention to the lower part of your body, to the lower belly, into the location of the womb. And I want you to connect to the energy within the womb. Feel the energy from your heart expanding. Inhale to your heart, and when you exhale, you expand the field around your heart. Feel the vibration expanding. And see yourself inside your mother womb. Surrounded by warmth, vibration, love, unconditionally love from the creation. Is it magnificent the trillions of actions, of physiological processes taking place during the more fractal, gentle, secret part of your life. No gravity, no thoughts, only to be present. Gently move, growing, hearing sounds, protected by everything around you. And in the same time receiving everything that you really need. No more, no less. Balance. Balance. Hearing the heartbeat of an embryo in the background. Listen to the sound vibration of the heart. This is the time now to reprogram your life, because every day it's a new life, new beginning and end, another chance to live this life different. Feel it. Be with it. Surrender to it. It's your life. It's the reason you came here to experience life. No matter what the only reason why you're here on Earth is just to experience life the way you want, the way you choose, in every moment. So in this no time and space, you will let yourself heal from everything that you're ready to heal. So sit down comfortable or lay down and surrender to something beloved and bigger than you, that only wants for your greatest good. Enjoy the frequencies, enjoy yourself. Your heart, feel the law of the cosmic healing womb beyond any human feelings, just the universal love field, the unified love field where we all created from. Feel it, be with it, be it. Stay with me. Stay in this consciousness mode. Just a little bit more. This is now your gift to remember, to reconnect to your soul. almost there. And this is now the moment to just be grateful for yourself, for your own journey, for the compassion that you have towards yourself, for the appreciation to live this life, to live another day, to have more chances, more possibilities, and love to the world and Mother Earth. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was nice and deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Very healing, very refreshing. I want to use that word, but I don't know if that's the right word for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just an example of what those sessions would, in the meditation, would feel like. And again, you're doing that when they do come to the live sessions. You'd be doing that as you did here, as live.
Yes, and just produce it on the moment. So I will feel what the right words, what the right sentences, what the right messages that I need to bring out. And of course, if there is a topic that I will get the right channeling. Basically, this is a channeling meditation. That everything that I'm doing, even with my voice and with all with the effects that I'm doing in the background, so it's all have meaning.
That's a really yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all got meaning, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
And how can people reach you, Hagi, as well? Just one last time.
Yeah. First of all, I wanted to ask if people that saw this meditation and the felt things or have some kind of experience, would be nice to leave a comment to share.
Oh yes,
with us.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And of course, I have my contact details on my website, email or WhatsApp. No problem. Always available. I also have my personal assistant. She will give all the details necessary for everything that needed. But I always like to be someone that can people reach. So I will always have the first contact will be with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, until we meet again, just thank you so much for just sharing that with my audience. I really appreciate it, and a little bit of an update as well on the new things that you're doing. I'm so pleased for you, and this is very good. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin Moore, and success with everything you're doing. God bless you.